Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am here. And of course, Upside Down is already online. Because he is the man. He is the man with the Upside Down name. Yes, that's him. Hi everybody, Levi Clay here, and I'm back again to do another live stream. Levi Clay, one of your most favouriteest YouTube drama guys. It's not true, obviously. This is, I don't know, the 12th hour of content being uploaded in the last month. But of course, most people would much rather watch videos about drama and then moan about them. And I am not interested in any of that shit. Let's remember, my channel is about education, and today I am going to teach you. I am going to teach you things that none of your YouTube heroes will teach you. So, greetings, I should say. Let's get on with this. So, well, I say let's get on with this. I'm not going to... Oh, echo, thank you. That's embarrassing. Let's fix that. Strike that, reverse it. Hello everybody, Levi Clay here, and Upside Down is already online, because Upside Down is the man with the Upside Down name. How's it going, buddy? So, yeah, as I said, let's do that entire thing again. Levi Clay here. I am going to be teaching you this evening. We are going to be looking at some of the most outrageous slide playing I think I've ever seen. Beyond outrageous. Sorry, I had my webcam mic on. And that's what this channel is about. This channel is about teaching you the things that none of your other YouTube idols can even pretend to teach you, because they're more interested in clickbait and I'm more interested in education and a little bit of drama. So, greetings! Let's have some fun. This is all about fun, of course. So I'm going to be transcribing some Nathaniel Murphy. I'm sure many of you have seen this video on Instagram. This is an absolutely unbelievable rendition of Sir Duke, the Stevie Wonder tune, played on a resonator guitar with a slide. And I'm really looking forward to you checking that out. I'm really looking forward to teaching you this. I'll tell a lie, right? I'm really looking forward to learning this. That's what this is all about. And I should probably say this, like, I absolutely love doing these live streams. I love these live streams. They're so much fun. I love engaging with you guys and having fun with you. But also at the same time, I love transcribing. I love transcribing. Always have, always will. It's always going to be the thing I thoroughly enjoy, right? And you know what I love more than just transcribing? I love a challenge. That's the reason I love transcribing. I love the challenge of sitting down with a piece of music, something that you hear, and then by the end of your session of work, you have something that is written down. You've converted. It's like a puzzle. It's like solving a puzzle. And to me, adding the extra pressure of having to do it live in front of people while you watch me is an amazing challenge as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. I don't know why I can see myself. I'm not interested in seeing myself. I should probably just monitor the chat. But before we do that, let's just make mention of sponsors and supporters of the channel. Of course, please do head on over to VPIC's website. VPIC's been supporters and friends of mine for 10 years now. Let's just say 10 years, probably 9 years, but let's say 10 years. I love Vinny, love the product that he makes, love the picks that he makes. I've played the medium pointed for almost 10 years now. That is home for me. So please do go and check those guys out. They absolutely fucking rock. Also want to say a huge thank you to supporters over on Patreon. See lots of you in the chat. So thank you very much for your love, your kindness and your support. There's a couple more $50 guys that I need to add to that. So I will get that done. But yes, thank you very much for your support. It means a lot. It means a lot. Craig, there's going to be a lot of trucks coming up, trust me. In fact, I did a full live stream where I transcribed the BB King, you know, that BB King clip. And of course, you can check my books out on Amazon. I have a new book coming out in 11 days. 11 days. And I'm sure you're going to love it. I've got burps now. This stream is also brought to you by, in a rather unofficial capacity, Iron Brew and the limited edition Crimbo juice. The spiced ginger Crimbo juice, which is fun. Ooh. Can really taste the ginger. I enjoy that. So, right, with that out of the way, problem of having this damn moustache is anytime you consume any fluid or go out for a walk in the cold, you end up with a wet moustache. Right, cool. Let's read through these comments before we get some work going. So, as I said, I've already addressed Upside Down. What's up, Chaz? I enjoy that. Echo has been fixed. Big fan of the educational content. Keep it up. James, guitar player. It's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. I will always make fun of the people that complain about the drama, or the petty, the rage time videos that I upload. You know, if y'all didn't keep fucking watching them, I'd stop making them. But they tend to get watched 10 times more than anything else. It's almost like people secretly like it. I like doing them. So, but of course, education is always what I'm going to be about. And it's worth pointing out that I did upload a new video today. I uploaded a video on triad pairs, and I did a new approach. I did my usual filming process. I recorded the video, I recorded the audio, and then after all of that was done, in my audio software, I then played the entire thing back and accompanied myself on keyboard and played chords behind the things that I was playing so you could hear them in context. I think it turned out quite well. Please do check it out. If you like it, I will do more of those in future. Let's keep going. Jerry James Edwards, how's it going, dude? Craig Sinclair, Happy New Year from New Zealand. How's it going? Chedhead, evening. Chris, love you, bud. Andrew T, love the triad video. I'm glad you dig it. Jesse, still the son of Paul Gilbert, or the relative of Paul Gilbert, let's go with. This video is incredible. I cannot wait for you to see it. It's 11:37 a.m. in New Zealand. Zenon52, I am good. I am very good. I am good. And I'm trying not to ask how you are, because you are great. I'm excellent. I actually just came back from a meal. I went out, I taught one of my Patreon students after the meal, but I went to Bombay Cottage, which is a wonderful Indian restaurant in Hamilton, which is relatively near where I live, for my birthday. It wasn't my birthday recently, it was my birthday in November, but my father-in-law likes to take me out for my birthday. We've all just been so busy since my birthday, so I went out for a lovely Indian meal. Ate a little bit too many chilies, so my stomach isn't feeling its best, but you know, we'll just keep playing forward, right? Just written and recorded your first minute and a half of the song. Fantastic, well done, bud. Do consider supporting me on Patreon. Good work, Upside Down. Some people are going to think that you are me. Guitar has Ormsby V's for £999. That's a killer deal. That is an absolutely killer deal. I've not been in Guitar in a while. Justin's online. Dude, I sent you... I linked a guy. A guy came to me with a transcription request. And he wanted me to transcribe some Jason Becker stuff. But he literally wanted me to transcribe this 3 seconds and this 5 seconds. And they're so short, I can't charge below a certain amount for work, because obviously I have to download a file, I have to open it up in Transcribe, I have to mark it out, I have to do all of the stuff, and then of course there's other things to take into consideration, tax, accounting, all of that stuff. It's not worth me doing a job that I only make £3 on. So what I said was I sent him your page, and I said, hit Justin up, because he is a great player, he's good at the Jason Becker type thing, and also he's always looking for more content. He's always looking for more content to make on his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is fantastic. So maybe he'll do these couple of licks for his YouTube channel, and you'll get something out of it. So yeah, for anyone unfamiliar, Justin, go check his channel out. He's great. Greetings, chatters. Keep the hate is fun, right? Do I like John McLaughlin? McLaughlin. And this cough. Bad cough, so drink fizzy juice. That'll make things better, right? What did I miss? Best drink from the aisle, yes. Do I like? Yes, it was John McLaughlin. Yeah, I do dig his playing, actually. I dig his playing in Mahavishnu Orchestra, obviously. The Shakti record. Did they have more than one record? I'm aware of one of their records. The first thing that I ever really exposed myself to that you could be considered jazzy was Friday Night in San Francisco. Which was, like recommended by Zach Wilde and the like, but of course McLaughlin's on that. So yeah, I like his playing. I particularly, I really consider myself into fusion. I knew you'd post his channel Upside Down. That's why I love you. I thoroughly enjoy Mahavishnu, because, as I say, I consider myself a real fan of fusion, and to me that band are like the pinnacle of what fusion is and should be. And I really enjoy that. They have, like live concert videos, books, DVDs that I've had over the year. I really, really enjoy his work with that. I'm not as crazy about his solo work. And to be honest, I'm not massively crazy on his actual style, like his personal style, his line shapes, shall we say. But I like a lot of the music that he plays. So, yeah, there you go. That's my thoughts on McLaughlin. My latest lesson, great. Thank you very much. I will be doing a lot more like that, Justin. Fucking yes, the Bombay Cottage, Darren Watson online. Bombay Cottage is fantastic. It was either Bombay Cottage, which I love, or the Pink Turban, which I like. Pink Turban's very near me, but Bombay Cottage is spectacular. Big fan. Who doesn't love Indian food? It is always the time of year to overeat. That's me, 365. Hey dude, are we going to upload more songs on YouTube? Yep, I'm doing that as we speak. Oh, sorry, hang on. Are you going to upload more transcribed? Am I going to upload songs that I have transcribed? Is that what you're asking there? I mean, I'm extremely familiar with Henderson's work. I mean, the first 3 Tribal Tech albums, is it 3, 4? First 4 Tribal Tech albums I absolutely love. It's not that I don't love the albums that come after that, but I really like the compositional side, like the more arranged side of those first few albums. Dr. He is probably my favourite of the Tribal Tech albums, but on the album Nomad there is a song called Tunnel Vision, and I absolutely love that. I think it's a compositional masterpiece. The chord progression is just beautiful and the arrangement is wonderful. Yeah, so, and I've done many videos transcribing, you know, like Scott Henderson's blues stuff, the Dog Party stuff. There's a video of me playing Dolomite from many years ago, etc. So very familiar. Right, so shall we crack on with this? Let's take a look at this. Now immediately this one is going to be a little bit different from my layouts from previous videos, as you will see here. This is an Instagram video, and because this is an Instagram video, it's in portrait format. Not that you need to upload in portrait, so I need to come up with a way of working around this. Yeah, we can probably do that. You're just going to have to... We'll have some dead space here. I mean, well, actually, you know what? I can make it big, because we only need to see the guitar. Nathaniel, you might be a handsome bastard, but we don't need to see your face for this video, so I'm very sorry. But I tell you what, I'm going to let you listen to him so you can really hear what this is about. This is just a phenomenal arrangement. This guy's slide technique is wonderful. Oh, also, look, on the right, you can see the tabs for the YouTube lesson that I just uploaded. Available to download now on Patreon. Right, so let me load this up. This is going to be a very stressful lesson. Very stressful. You'll see why shortly. We've got an acoustic guitar, we've got a resonator, but we'll come to this in a second. Right, so let's take a listen to it. Let me allow you to hear this incredible playing. As I say, a lot of you probably have seen this, but if you haven't, oh, you're about to have your mind blown. Ready? Go. Now, I've just had a lot of my stresses alleviated when looking at these. Yeah, Jason Shadrick. Oh, Jason is the man for checking guys like this out. You should check this guy out. So I was just going to do that bit of promotion. His Instagram is Zeppelin what is that? Barnatra. Zeppelin Barnatra. Fabulous guitar player out of Chicago. And this particular tune is wonderful. But, of course, you know, check his Instagram page out. There's lots of videos of his playing. He is a great player. You may have seen this video. This video was certainly... The more I scroll through these, I'm just seeing all these videos of his that I have seen before, and I've not made the connection. So this is great. This got posted on my Patreon page, and everyone loved this. Check this. So you get a great player, and I'm sure it was this video. We almost transcribed this. Yeah, that's Jason Chadwick from Premier Guitar Magazine. One of my editors, my bosses, if you like. We almost transcribed this, I'm sure it was this video, for my Patreon group when he posted this. And I kind of regret not doing this now. But then it means I get to do this new video. This is beautiful. Check this. Just what a great player, right? That though, the upside of that particular video is he's only as in tune as you can be with a Telecaster. His intonation is only as good as a Telecaster can be. Right, let me check up on these comments. Do I transcribe random noises just for fun? I can't say I do. No, I don't. Yeah, ridiculous slide player. Holy crap, nice slide use. Raikuda, yeah, I mean, he is pretty much the pinnacle of slide playing, isn't he? What the hell? Oh, man. I've got these stains on this t-shirt, and they look like exactly what you think they would look like, but they're not. It's like the sealant from when I was doing all the acoustic sealant in this room, but they are suspicious stains, I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, Craig, not too bad to transcribe. I'll explain why I was a little bit concerned about this. And you'll see it will make sense when I explain it. So yeah, this guy's insane. Definitely one of my favourite players in the world. Maybe a bit dramatic. I mean, I've not put in my research in him on him and his playing, so I don't know if he has music out, if he has albums out. I just have seen some Instagram videos, which is a huge part of how we consume music, or at least how the kids are consuming music nowadays, right? So yeah, he's a great player, and okay, so he's from Manchester. That's cool. He's a Brit. He's a limey, and he's now in Chicago, living the dream. Video desynced, so it kind of spoils it a bit. Yeah, the dude knows his shit. Yeah, that makes it very difficult. There's very little I can do about that. I'm sorry about that, but please do check his videos out. Nice November Rain, exactly, yeah. There's so much talent out there, and I'm just finding out. Nice use of the B bender. He's got both a B and a G bender on that guitar if you look at it. Very killer, very unique. B bender. Derek Chucks would love him, yep. Hold my beer while I cry into it, love it. What a player, slide technique. Wish I was better at it. It's so emotive. Yeah, well, check out my new book that's coming out in 11 days. I've not seen his cover of I Wish. Upside Down, you're an admin. If you could locate that video and post a link in the description of his cover of I Wish, I would love to check that out. Chris Buck is a great player, yeah. Rut so easily playing slide, etc. Totally understand that. Right, so allow me to explain my initial concern when it came to transcribing this. This isn't a lesson. The video that he's posted on Instagram is not a lesson. It's literally just a video of him playing. And at no point does he strum an open chord or anything like that. So my initial fear is always going to be, oh shit, what tuning is this in? What tuning is this in? So I'm looking at, when I'm watching for something like this, or listening for something like this, especially with slide players, what I'm looking for is maybe a bar, like a chord that hits all 12 strings, all 6 strings, to help give me an idea of what tuning something's in, or something very obvious. Anytime someone plays harmonics on a string, that's going to give you an immediate idea of what that string is tuned to. Yeah, so you get the idea. Working out the tuning that someone is playing in is always a ball ache, and it's just the pressure of having to do that live, right? Having to do that with you watching me. I'll watch that I Wish cover in a second. And I hate that. I hate having to do that. So let me copy the link. Copy link address. Let's bring him back up. We'll go for that in a second. I hate having to do that. I hate the pressure, right? Because I want everything that I do to be instant. Now, of course, we do have the benefit of video. If I was doing this from audio, this becomes a whole lot harder. Fortunately, right, when I looked at this, when I'm watching this, what the hell is this guy going to be tuned to? Well, there was a few bits, you know, the da 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 da, that part. This to me looked like he was playing A-shape bars, A-shape chords. So with the bar at the on the D, G and B strings, with his index finger playing the root note on the A string. So when I saw that, my first instinct was, is he playing in standard tuning? Which would be very cool. You don't see a whole lot of great slide playing in standard tuning. Then when it got to the end, here, when he played this, well, that, as soon as I hear that, it sounds like a 7♯5. And fingering-wise, he is playing exactly what I would expect someone to be playing if they were playing a 7♯5. So, if I pick up my Telecaster, which is currently set up for slide, because I've just been recording audio for my book. Well, that's exactly what we have, right? We have a B 7♯5. Now, the only thing I'll need to check is if he's detuned. He may be, because we can't see where the first fret is, this looks a bit low to be the 7th fret to me. I could be wrong. Maybe he's tuned down a tone to D, G, C, F, A, D, which would, if he's tuned down a tone, he'd have to be higher than that. My brain doesn't work for stuff like this. Anyway, it's definitely essentially standard tuning, right? We can definitely go if it's essentially standard tuning, which huge relief. Let's just double check that. Oh, G7. Oh, hello. Yeah, okay. So it's not B, it's G. It's a G7♯5. And we can hear that G on top. So he's fingering like this. So this is our 3rd fret. That is what I would expect. Awesome. See what I mean? The stresses and pressures of having to do this live. Okay, let me read unpopular opinion. Every backbeat slap tapping chipped from my soul and formed into the beast that will end music once more. We try it one more time. Every backbeat slapped tapped chipped from my unpopular opinion. Your wording is confusing, Squid. Sorry. Right, let me watch this I Wish cover, and then I'm going to respond to other comments. So that's not right. Why is it trying to copy that? Copy link address. Open link in new window. That's just taking me to studio. Let's try. There you go. Also, I apologise for me typing tap 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 next to the microphone. That must have been brutal for you. Right, let's do this. Certainly better than my cover of I Wish. Yeah, beautiful. Right, let's have a look. So I've been studying symmetrical scales for a couple of months now. My question is, do you wipe your butt with or without cleansing it with water. Depends how I'm feeling. Is there a name for harmonics where both the open string and the harmonic ring out? Sort of like a semi-harmonic, but is that really... I mean, I don't think can you do that? Can you have... Does that work? That shouldn't work. I don't know if is that possible. I don't want to say that's not possible, but I want to say that's not possible. Xenon says, I'm a transcription noob, great transcriber. Isn't the tuning very easily findable by just trying to find a couple of notes on the vid for the acoustic and standard tuning? Well, yeah, if you're assuming something is in standard tuning. 12 fret joined, that would be another way of working out where he is fretted. Yeah, I'll give you that one. You're definitely right there. Okay, so the backbeat slapping thing. Well, I have to have a bit of... yeah, tell me about it, Robert. I have to give some props to people that do the slapping thing on 2 and 4, because you know, you've already acknowledged why they do it. It's to create that backbeat sound. You know, these are arrangements of songs, and the original songs would have that feel. That is a big part of the 1, 2, 3, 4. That heavy accent on 2 and 4. Yeah, so I feel like you kind of need it, but I also know what you mean about it doing my head in, doing your head in. Yeah, how's it going, Robert? Good to see you, man. Sounded normal tuning as the bass line he plays is what you would expect to play in those positions. Yeah. So let me be clear, right? If I'd spent more than 5 minutes actually watching this video rather than listening to the video before transcribing it, my gut would have immediately told me it was in standard tuning. But yeah, again, that's the beauty of this. So before I go on, this is going to be one of the few streams you're going to see me actually using a guitar in. Usually I would use a guitar for something that was in an open tuning, but this isn't in an open tuning. But I'm also really interested in learning a lot of this one. So I will use my guitar, because why not? Jesse says, I recently found a way where you approach the string from the side rather than the top. Let the string resonate off my calluses and get the harmonic. I'd need to see a video of you doing that, man, to really understand what you're talking about. Right, so I'm just going to bring myself up on stream and say that this stream, I didn't mention this before, but this stream is also kind of brought to you by my friends over at Star Singer Slides. I can't use this slide for this particular transcription because this is a large slide and I wear this on either my third or my second finger. This particular piece that I'm transcribing, you will need the slide on the little finger. While I can obviously wear this slide on this finger, when I wear a slide on the little finger, I like it to be at the knuckle. So I will be using... Oh, I can see my brass slide. I was going to use a chrome slide, but I prefer my brass slide. Let's just grab that. I see the hide in there. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to be using a smaller brass slide, and that way when I put it on my finger, I can keep it at the knuckle. That allows me to keep that finger bent, and then I have better maneuverability with these fingers. I find that when I wear a slide on my little finger and keep it all the way down, when I try and bend these fingers, my little finger tries to bend too, and everything goes to shit. So I am using the slide like this, and that works better for me. Interestingly, when we look at what he's doing, he seems to have a shorter slide, which is kind of cool. Star Slinger slides actually offer shorter slides, stubbier slides, which is very cool. Anyway, I like these slides, these Star Slinger slides. I think they're fantastic. They are handmade ceramic slides. They're made in Glastonbury in the UK. And they have these unique crackle finishes on them, which I think are really eye-catching. You'll see one of these on the cover of my new book. I really like these. And I've played... how's that feel? Yeah. Yeah, that feels very strange. But to the third finger. That feels fine to me. So I like sliding on the third finger. I'll put it in my slide holder so you can see it. Ceramic slides, wonderful crackle finishes. Yeah, really enjoyed their slides. So, oh, no. I pressed the link. I shouldn't have pressed the link. There we go. Right, I didn't mean to press a link. Let's have a look. What else have I missed? Thanks for making these kind of videos. Very much welcome, Max, Moses. Never quit transcribing. It's the best. I have the advanced only human transcription I made myself. I'd like you to help me with the last part of that if possible. Very much videos. I actually transcribed advanced as only human for a client last month. So yeah, that's on my mind. Thank you very much, Squid. This is my number one. I love playing this guitar. It's beautiful. And as I say, it's set up for slide because I've just recorded my book with it. So you can take my V-pick, which is 2.75 mil, and I can slide this underneath the string at the 12th fret, between the string and the fret, and it doesn't touch the string. So my action on this is super fucking high. Yeah. So let's keep going. Pinky is skinnier than a weasel stick. Finding small love slide. I have the opposite problem, Jerry. Howard Roberts fusion thing. Let me try and read that again. That and the Howard Roberts fusion do things to you. Yeah, my Howard Roberts. I'm looking forward to getting that back to my father-in-law's house. Copper tubing, steal the thing. Toilet paper holders. Just recently found my vids. Thank you very much, Troy. I'm glad you have enjoyed them. Right, so let's take a look at what he's doing, or at least let's try and work out what he's doing. Shouldn't be too bad now I know we're in standard tuning. Though, of course, the problem with this type of playing is that standard tuning slide is great and all, but he's fretting behind the slide a lot. So it's about, when you're notating something like this, it's about finding ways that you can make it clear what's played with the slide and what's played with the fingers. What I tend to do is when things are played behind the slide, when I fret behind the slide, I tend to put that note in brackets on the tab. I don't think that's going to work so well on this particular transcription, just because he frets behind the slide so much. So we'll have to see how that one goes. Anyway, let's take a look. So back to the start. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the file out. Very important, mark the file out. So let's listen. Taking the piss. I was listening so much that I forgot to press the button. Perfect. Oh, I can't. It breaks my heart that I spent all of my life learning and getting better at transcribing. And drinking iron brew rather than getting as good on guitar as Nathaniel Murphy. Right, so let's take a look at it. So with that marked out, it makes it easy for me to right click, subdivide the beat by 4 because it's in 4/4. Let's take a look at what he's doing. Now we should have 3 notes there. Just 2. Yep. Is that coming out my speakers? No, it's coming out my ears. It just sounds... That's very strange. That's tricky to write. Yep, that makes sense. So we're going to go... Now this has a shuffle feel. So I'm going to put a shuffle feel on this. These I'm actually going to write. I don't do this very often because it adds a lot more ink to the page. I may change this later, but I do want to do that like that at this early stage. Now, finger is he using? Yeah, it would have to be that note. So you could spend a lifetime going. Getting good at fretting behind the slide like that is a bastard. Now let's get the... Now you see my problem. When I have this written out like this, how do we want to notate what's played with a slide and what's not played with a slide, right? This as a style is not designed to be written down. And that drives me absolutely insane. Because these are both played with a slide. Both of these notes are played with a slide. Okay. When you get to the next chord, the 10th fret is played with a slide, but the 9th fret is fretted. Then you get to here, and both of these are fretted. And then you get to this one, and the 13th fret is played with a slide, but the 12th fret is fretted. I don't know what to do. I'm going to leave it as it is at the moment while I mull it over. Just getting that is hard. So we've got what's he playing there? And there's a further problem that's thrown into this frustration. These notes, the 5 and 5 on the G and B, he plucks those with the two fingers. But then the two notes on top, that's like a strum with the index finger. It's a bastard. It's an absolute bastard. Would it clear things up if you used the left-hand fingering, notate on the score which finger the slide is on? You mean in terms of telling them the slide is on the pinky finger? I really don't know. Onus would be on the player to use their common sense. Well, you know, it's kind of 50-50 with that as an approach, because when you look at this, if you expect the player to use their common sense, it's entirely possible that they use their common sense and they play the first two notes with the slide. They might play the second one with the slide, but then the next two they're more likely to move back and play with the slide in the finger, whereas he's using the two fingers. So it would be nice if there was a way to indicate that, wouldn't it? Yeah, makes sense. And here's the magic of this. Like I enjoy the conversation that we're having. I enjoy the back and forward, like people having suggestions, ideas, because the beauty of this as a style, as an approach, is there's no right way to do it. People will argue. There's great groups on Facebook, like the Music Engravers group, and you see people arguing, fighting, discussing, having opinions, having polls on the best way to write certain things out, and now all of them are right. All of them, you know, if you play them as written, all of them are going to result in the sound coming out the way you want it to. But it's about, either the correct way or the most efficient way of doing things. So, yeah. I'll worry about accidentals later. Now, does he do that there? That is just... So, if I was doing this my way that I've done it in my new book, I would do this. Probably do that. That. Okay, but you see what I've done there. There's just too much. There's too many brackets now. It's beyond reasonable. So I do feel this is probably one of the best examples that I've ever had of something that is not designed to be notated. Let me see if I've had any comments come in on Facebook or any requests, any questions. Nothing there. Nothing there either. Fine. Fuck yes. Right. Now that I'm just going to put those as muted strings. Oh, slide, back to the slide. Marcus! What are you doing on my stream? I talk about this actually at length in my latest book, right? plug. The struggles of notating slide, because when here where we've got this F sharp sliding to G, there's no real indication of how long that slide takes. Yeah, you can do that really fast, you can do that really slow, and here it's the way I've written it implies very fast, but actually I feel he's doing it a little bit slower. But there's not really a great way to do that without putting shit tons of notation on the page, and we don't really want shit tons of notation on the page, right? So what Joey said there, use standard Roman numeral position marks and the slide would be more self-evident. I actually did consider that as an option of what fret the slide would be placed at, and I like that as an idea. My only concern is it's going to put too many Roman numerals on the page, right? But yes, I think that's probably the best option, beyond not doing anything at all, right? See what Jerry said there, right? Being able to make the slide notes blue or red, like being able to change the colour of the note, that would be great, right? Oh, yes. Thanks, Marcus. Marcus comes in and steals all the... He's going to start a live stream and take everyone over to his channel now. And so hit. Oh, this is just such a nightmare to have to transcribe this, because this is exactly why I use ghost notes or brackets to demonstrate what's not played with the slide. Because here, where you slide from F sharp to G, and then you play the third fret at the the F natural, that's fretted. Now, if you don't have that information in there, then what you end up with is people making the assumption it's played with the slide, or there's. I'd like to go play video games as well. I'm really looking forward to playing the new Star Wars game, but it was more expensive than I wanted to pay for it. And Rage 2 was on sale, so I bought Rage 2 for like £20. So I'm playing Rage 2 at the moment, and I'm enjoying that. Just finished Days Gone, and for anyone that hasn't played Days Gone, go play Days Gone. It's fantastic. Ba, ba, ba. Now I want to put that in there. I want to put those grace notes in there because I think they're kind of important. Now if I just put this bass note in, whoa. Technically, if I put the tempo in, 2, 3, 4. In fact, I can compute tempo. It's 112. Technically, this will play right. Alright, so that's what we want. That's absolutely the piece. But the nuance of the transcription is a little bit lost. It's a little bit lost. I love what you said there, Elio. Sir Duke is a brilliant song, as is Master Blaster. The Master Finger Blaster. I've gone all Scottish there. I think you look at any Stevie Wonder tune, they're all masterpieces. He is just... yeah, I was going to say was just he. Yeah, well, I don't know if Stevie's composing much anymore. When he was in his, compositional peak, he was a genius songwriter. Brilliant songs. Just about everything. You could write essays on every single one of Stevie's songs, I think, and really make cases as to why they should be, heralded as important pieces of art. Now, when it comes to this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch into multi-voice now. So I'm going to put because when you listen to this, you've got a very solid bass line. Ba 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 ba. Sometimes you need a break from guitar, man. So when I put this in the bass, ba 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 ba. I don't know what a chromatic harp is. I'm going to put a slide into that because I think that does it best justice. I'm going to do 2 bars of bass notes. That's a fucker. Yeah, that makes sense. A bass note. This is trickier because really what you want to do here is you want to kind of go like I'm going to put it in just because why not? So if I think of that as being the bass part, that is our bass idea, and then if I put the melody over the top of it, everything will gel together, and it will so much better than if you were trying to do this all on one stave. So back to melody 1. Apparently I wrote that in melody 1. Write that in 2. Back to 1. Now this is definitely staccato. So I think what I would do here, it's just too much. Nathaniel, if you ever watch this, bravo! You've not broken me, but you've broke me. You got me to a point where I'm just like, I don't know how to put this down on the page in a way I'm happy with. Oh, there goes my pick. Oh, I don't need a pick. Wrong slide. Oh, is he sliding for a blow on that? Yeah. Let's put a slide in there. goes... Well, he does hit the E in there. He does actually hit the E in there. I thought he did, because you can hear... I'm going to put a rake, like an arpeggiate on these. That's really nice. So he plays the 5, which he's fretting behind the slide, then pulls off to the note that's played with the slide. So it's a pull off that goes up in pitch. Then he puts vibrato on it. So I'm going to make this 2 measures per line, because it's obviously quite intense in terms of the amount of content that we have per measure. Do some beaming to tidy this up. Now I want to toy around with this. Yeah, it's nice. Oh, that's an absolute. It works, but from notating it, that's from like a playing it perspective. Let's go. It's just a bitch to write out, like and have it look good on the page. It's just not going to look good on the page no matter what I do. Even though that would be the best way to write it. I guess I'll have to live with it. And then you'd want to put that in there just so you can see where the rhythm is. Rhythmically, that's a fucker. There's just no way to write that and have it look good. But I'm going to slow it down just a hair, just so we can hear it a little bit clearer. If I put this to like 105. You know, it plays great. There he is. Nathaniel Murphy has come online. Dude, thank you very much for enjoying my videos. Not as much as I enjoy your videos. And yeah, all of your stuff is impossible to notate well. It's just the most beautiful playing. Yeah, so bravo. Do people read slide stuff on the fly? No, of course not. And I talk about this... well, a better question for you, Nick. Do any guitar players read anything on the fly? No, they don't. They have the skills to take a piece of music, go away, and rehearsals are next week, see you there, and come in and do a good job with them. So, yeah. Still, you want the notation to be. Yeah, you want to put as much information in there as possible, so when someone does go away and try and learn how the hell you play like somebody as freakishly talented as this, you want them to not be left scratching their head. Because I've had many transcriptions that I've worked on, not things I've transcribed, but when I was learning, I've had many books that I've worked from in the past, where you just look at them and you're like, How? How do you do this? Same principle, right? So I'm gonna think bass. Yeah, he's here. Get him. Someone find out where he is. Deal with him. Hunt him down. Break his fingers. Of course I remember you, Ramsey. What are you talking about? I remember every person. I remember people that I've never taught that just come in my damn chats. I remember people. How you doing, man? It's been a long time. Okay, so nice and easy. Bum, 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 bum. In the bass. Yep, of course. I like that. He plays an addition, like a ghosted note there. I remember everybody. A ghosted note there, just with the index finger. It's like he hooks it before hitting the thumb on the bass note, which is now because that's melody. Although he does use the thumb, I won't put it in the bass part. So nice and easy, 2 bars. I want to keep going. I hate to hear it when people take a break from guitar. Unless it was Nathaniel Murphy. You take a break from guitar. You're too good. You need to give everyone some time to catch up. Now we like this because this is copy and paste. So I'm literally just going to copy and paste that. And then this is an important step. I am going to then go back and listen to that bit and just read along and make sure nothing jumps out as being dramatically different. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So now I've got that. Well, I'm going to do more bass because bass is easy. Bass is very easy. So same idea. He does the same. It looks like he hits and hit sounds like he does hit a. Now if we leave that, nice harmonics next, of course. Now I've got some bits I can work on, so I'll go back and do the melodies over these. So Nathaniel, yeah, someone mentioned earlier that you were born in Manchester. What took you over to Chicago? Why are you over in Chicago? Aside from it being a much better place to live than Manchester, but was that a decision or did something take you over there? Nice. I will fix these accidentals, I promise. So, good evening, Siaga guitarist. This tune is in standard tuning, yeah. That's the thing I have to give props to Nathaniel the most on this. I was going to say, like, I consider myself a serious slide player. Let me rephrase that. I consider myself seriously passionate about slide playing. Nathaniel's a serious slide player. I consider myself seriously passionate about slide playing, and I always do that in open tunings. So, because of traditional vocabulary and all of that stuff, right? When I transcribe stuff from great players like Tampa Red, like just fabulous player, he's always playing in open tunings. So yeah, you end up learning all of this stuff in open tunings. Then to see someone do it so effortlessly in standard tuning like this is just wonderful, wonderful. So we have an answer from Nathaniel. He was actually born in Ireland, grew up in Manchester, moved to Chicago about 8 years ago. Believe it or not, your job is as a soccer coach, trying to do full-time guitar. Bro. Jason Shadrick wanted to check you out earlier. He's not a man that will be able to necessarily help you do guitar full-time, but you guys should get in touch. Because I can't give you a job. Like he's the guy that does that type of thing. But you guys should talk, because you could do some wonderful educational stuff with this type of thing. What do you mean the sound's not working? Hello, sound. Looks like it's working. Anyone else having problems? Now we'll keep that ringing out for the beat, and then we got the slide lick. So we're playing a G. You can hear the phrase. Oh, that's cool. So it's a C blues thing rather than thinking. That's very cool. I saw a comment a second ago, actually. I'm going to respond to that. 4.2 thousand subs for Nathaniel's YouTube. The system is broken. The entire subscriber system on YouTube doesn't work anyway. YouTube had potential. The subscriber system had potential. YouTube had the potential to be a platform, and an exciting platform, whereby you did actually subscribe to content creators, and then you visited YouTube very much like you would use TV, like when you go on Netflix or wherever it happens to be, and it gives you things that you're interested in, right? It is shocking to me that YouTube doesn't have the foresight to prioritize showing you content that is in line with your subscriptions, right? The things that you subscribe to. I have 26,000 subscribers, right? I have 26,000 subscribers. You would think that that means that there's 26,000 people that are interested in watching my content. So every single one of my videos should have 26,000 views. But they don't get that, right? So, you know, it's entirely possible to have very few subscribers but a huge fan base, and to have loads and loads and loads of subscribers but very few people that are actually interested in what you do. So that's my world. So never get bummed out by the sub side of things. Yeah. Just keep doing what you're doing, Nathaniel. You're humble, but your humility is misplaced. You are very good. I said this earlier on the stream. There's been many times in the last year or so that you've nearly been featured on my channel. With some of your other Instagram videos, but this one was this was too fucking good to not. So we can go, it's the same melody, so we can copy that, but then the chord changes and moves down a semitone. And then we have and then we go. We would then make these, so I'm going to have to make some adjustments. I'm going to go into notation up here. I do not want to indicate where artificial harmonics are played. I'm then going to go in here and make these all artificial harmonics. We're then going to put a rake on them, a descending rake, and we want to make nice and slow, like that. So now, when we listen to this, that's pretty good. Speed it up a little bit, put it at its original speed, which was 112. Take the click off. Now, of course, this is never going to be a true representation of what Nathaniel was playing. But so the problem from me listening to that is these slides. It slides in so early. It just doesn't sound right, does it? A Manx scally gobshite. Well, he was born in Ireland, so and people born in Ireland are very quick to tell you that they're Irish. Like my father-in-law, born in Ireland, moved to Scotland at like age 4 or something, has lived here for 56 years, but oh no, he's Irish. My wife, you know, born in Scotland, actually born in England, moved to Scotland before she was 1, spent her entire life in Scotland, but is very quick to point out her Irish heritage. So what I'll do here is exactly the same idea, bass notes first. Mainly because they're easy. Ba-ba, ba-ba, eighths. Ba-ba. Just chromatically down. Ba-ba. boo, ba, boo, ba, boo, ba. And then now he goes back up. He doesn't actually hit. So we'll leave that for melody because, you know, let the melody fill in the blank. Richard Henry, the man of Ireland. Okay, so now he switches. Was he doing that before? No. So here he goes. This is cool. We have the same idea, but he alternates between. Oh, what's went? That's right. Yeah, that is right. It just sounds strange. Then we have that. Ba, 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 ba. Two bars. Two beats. It sounds really out of tune. It's odd. You really want the palm mutes on these. Now I'm alright to do that, but then you just end up with all these extra bits of ink on the page. That'll do. Now if we add the melody over the top. What am I missing here? What? Joey Landreth one? What are you talking about? Now, does he slide in early there? Yeah. So, really, we want to go back to one. I would imagine he learnt from the error of his ways last time, but you know, some people are beyond help. Oh, hello. It's an E flat. I'm just going to put an E. I mean, it's B string. Now here, you know, what do you put? I'm just going to put the same note but slid down. Same thing. Then you'll have, of course, slid in. You have to slide into these. Didn't do that. Did I do that here? Yeah, I did do that. That should... That should be a copy paste, yep. I'm gonna put that on the beat. It's a fucker, right? Yeah, because it's a little bit flat, and then sliding into in tune for the next beat. Let's have a look. Read more comments. Talking about travelling across Ireland. Good. Part Leprechaun. Good for you, Hal. Ariel Posen. Yeah, another sick slide player. Yeah, he's a sick everything. Nathaniel slide is the Ariel. I see. Ariel Posen one. Right, that makes sense. Only difference between that and Joey one is the top, which he cut off. Yeah, Joey has the ball ends on his slides. What's up? Happy New Year, Roland. Funny, I thought I was the only one that does it like that. That does what, Edward? Yeah, follow his career with interest. He's a wonderful player. Awesome. Thank you very much, Squid. Well, my new slide book will be out on the 14th of January. None of the playing in it is anywhere near as good as this. There is a chapter on Joey Landreth, though. So catch you later, man. Thanks for tuning in. So we should be okay with that, though, if I go... Ooh. Makes sense, right? All works. And again, I'm going to play it from the top just because anything that gives me a break from having to do this stuff. Plus, it's also midnight, so why not? That lick. We can live with that. Right. I like this because the feel, his feel changes ever so slightly. His subdivision of the beat, the shuffle, if you like, is he offsets it a little bit. It sounds really fucking cool. I really dig that. Exactly the same process as before, right? So I'm gonna worry about the bass. I'm gonna transcribe the bass. Edward Gill says I don't really know anything about music, so play everything by hearing. Friend that knows exactly everything. When he listens to something, he can write it out later. Somehow I cannot. You can, Edward. You just need to put in the time to learn. So we can have bum, ba ba ba. See? Bum 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 bum. F. Makes sense, right? Bum 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 bum. Was it F sharp? It was F sharp. Same idea, but down a tone. So now we have Travis picking this bar. So I'm just going to see if he does that before. He does. Okay. Bum bum. Yeah. Bum bum. Bum bum. Now that looks like Maidstone. Yeah. Now treat all of that as melody. So, yes, Diego, the guitarist. This is Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder. Now we are so nearly done with this because that last part, although it's, you know, rhythmically very funky, it's single note stuff, so it's easy. And to be fair, this transcription was nowhere near as tricky as I was concerned it was going to be. I put a let ring on these because he does ring those out quite nicely. So slides. So again, I put a let ring on this from there to there. And then F major 7. What's he playing there? You lift that? Yeah. I'll put that in both voices, it looks better. Staccato dot on it. Same in the bass. And you got that, right? So this should work. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, Edward, so I stress this all the time. When I hear a melody, I sing it. I sing what the melody is. Because then I don't have to keep repeating, going back, listening to it over and over and over again, and then trying to copy a sound. When I hear him play this, I can hear ba 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 da ba da da da. That's me sort of internalizing it, right? Yeah, unfortunately, Jerry, the nuance of publishing law is a lot more complicated than me just featuring his arrangements in a book. If I wanted to feature his arrangements in a book, it becomes really, really tricky because it involves licensing them from the original composer and then depending on the state of his arrangements, potentially having a sub-license from him as an arranger. So it's publishing and arranging licenses, which is immense. Now let's get the timing list. Yeah, I'll put that on the beat. Is he friend? Well, we know that's 3. What's he play there? That's a fucker. No. I'm just going to go the open. Okay, so it's got about as much shuffle as a dead cow, but let's listen to it from the top, because again, that means that I don't have to. Happy with that. Christoph's online. How's it going, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Getting some love from Andy Wood on Facebook. From Andy Wood. Nate is fabulous. I'm going to stick to Nathaniel until I get given the approval to go with Nate. Evidently, Andy must know you relatively well. I wouldn't say it's to a T, man. I think you could put a lot more detail into in this, but then you're going to end up with a transcription that's so ink heavy on the page that you'd never be able to learn the bastard. So for this, I'm literally not even going to bother with the rakes and shit. I'm going to put the everything in there. James, Guitar Player 1, questions to everyone. How do you arrange a song on guitar to include bass line, melody, and chords like in this song? Essentially, a lot of voice leading techniques and open strings for the bass. James, I'm not great at it myself, but it's a style that I enjoy and appreciate. What I would say is go out and learn some arrangements from great players. You've got guys that do it in like very stripped back and refined ways, like classical guitar arrangements of songs. They tend to be a little bit more stripped back. Then you get the more advanced stuff in the middle, the stuff like what Nathaniel Murphy. Why do I keep saying Nathaniel Murphy? It's not TH, it's PH. Nathaniel Murphy is doing here, which is definitely hard. Guys like Martin Taylor, they do their arrangements like this. And then when you start looking at like really advanced guys that do this, like Ben Lacey is a guy that does like just crazy arrangements of stuff like this. Yeah, I think if we could all have a picking hand 1/10 of as good as Andy Wood, we'd all be happy, right? So yeah, James, I think when you learn how other guitar players arrange songs for solo guitar, it gives you an idea of how best to do it yourself. Kind of like learning how to write a song, right? Very few people just pick up a guitar and fuck around with it enough that they eventually can write damn good songs, right? I think that, speaking from personal perspective, being young and learning a bunch of Offspring songs and Metallica songs and shit like that helped me to understand how people, use the instrument to put ideas together and turn them into songs. Also gives you an idea of what's acceptable, right? I remember being really young and writing, drop that pick earlier, let's get another V pick. Writing really complicated riffs all the time, even for when the singer was having to sing. And then one day I was like, well, hang on, let me look at how other people write riffs that go behind singers. And it then occurred to me that I could have a complicated riff in my intro, and then when the singer came in, it was okay for me to go... right, on its own, boring, right? But behind a vocalist, that worked. So I had to learn that from learning what other or looking at what other people did to give me an idea of what was acceptable. So there you go. Have I watched Adam Rafferty's brilliant acoustic version of Superstition? Elio, I haven't, but again, Upside Down. If you could find that and post a link to that in the comments, I would like to check it out. So what do we have here? Ba, 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 da, da, ba, da. Ba, 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 ba. So see, I'm just putting the melody in, right? Ba, ba, ba. Could you imagine me whacking, sitting and transcribing? Ba, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. Major pentatonic. Ba, 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 ba. This is. Rhythmically, I hate having to write this. I hate what I've done there, but I'm going to go with it. Let's have a listen to it. I probably will hate that because I perceive these as being the triplet, ba 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 ba. But actually, when you listen to it, it is, you know, the first two beats are bum ba ba da ba da ba. That's very much, you know, on as written. So it's more that these are played lazily. Nice slide playing. Let's keep reading. Oh, okay. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Yeah, it takes me into studio, and then I have to go back to live streaming, and hopefully I'm still live streaming. I may have disappeared there for a second. I clicked the link, and then it took me to studio. Yeah. Edward, I've not played in a metal band in a long time, but if you want to, if you want to, I can't actually. I don't think Hellcat Molly would fit in that scene. I mean, I dig metal. I grew up on metal. If I got a call tomorrow to be in a fucking Metallica covers gig, like I'd do fine. So up a string, down a string, I should say. Da 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 da. I'll put that in with a bend, even though obviously it's with the slide. What the fuck is that? Now, of course, because he hammers on with the slide there, you sort of get the B string as well. Now this is oh, okay. We knew this is 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. That's 5. Okay, yeah, no, fine. Did people request for me to transcribe this? It's half and half. Like a lot of my Patreon supporters, every month they just send me links to things that they think are cool, and then I obviously pick the things that I think are a combination of cool, are things that people will be interested in, are players that would be fun to talk about, and that I think I'd get something out of doing. Not in terms of views, just in terms of personal enjoyment. Like, let me stress this. I could sit here every month and transcribe Joe Bonamassa, right? And that would get a lot more views. that'd be popular. I am doing this because I loved the video. I love your playing in this. So yes, while I certainly had some requests for it, the main reason I'm doing it is because I really enjoy it. And the goal, as I always say with this, when I'm doing a player like yourself who's nowhere near as well known as they should be, I want to introduce people to new players, right? So if this has picked you up some subscribers and shit, anything like that, then cool. Yeah, so Ben Scott, great example. Like Ben posted this up in the Patreon group, and I watched it and was immediately like, "Well, yep, that's amazing." I'm inputting tab, Nick. What's the difference? What I'm going to do here is, because I feel I've lost the beat, is just to put the last bit in and work my way back. So if I ignore that bar, is that there? Where would that be? I think that would be... that would be on the beat. So this would be like that. I'm going to make a pig zero this right at the end. What the hell is going on here? This is our last bar. I like that on the beat. My brain, it feels like it's just shut down at this point. Let me make myself feel... I feel like I'm just going to give up at this point. And yeah, that oh fuck's sake! What? Oh, everything's fallen apart. Everything is now fallen apart. I'm taking my guitar off for a start, because when I do get this done in the next few seconds, I'll have some iron brew. Try and wake up. I've got to do an hour of drum practice after this as well. Is that Eamon Ryan? I use the software called Transcribe. That's the one in the top left. If you look on YouTube for Levi Clay Transcribe, there's videos where I talk about the software I use. There's an affiliate link in there. In fact, I'm sure Upside Down can probably find that affiliate link and post it in the description, in the comments. Yeah, love this piece of software. Right, let's be logical about this. So this is a beat. There's no avoiding that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So there's no arguing. This is a beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. This thing is just a little bit early, and I like that there. Then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So this would be our 1. 1, 2. So then we have there we go. Got it. I'm still I want to just check that. Now this is more a case of because I've got that slide in from below, it slides in a little bit early. It sounds like shit. Right, that's me done, guys. 2 hours. 2 hours. You know, if I wasn't talking and entertaining, this was probably like an hour job. So your typical standard hour transcription job that I would do for people. Shall we take a listen to it? Let's listen to Nathaniel one more time. We will listen to mine. Then I will do questions, and then I'm going to go walk my dogs. So take a listen to this. Ready, go. So there we go. There he is. A ridiculous fucking guitar player. And the transcription is... I'll put a count in. Sorry, let me put a multi-voice on so you can see the bass notes as well. Again. There we go. I'm happy with that. I'm more than happy with that. So let me save that. I'll go in my Patreon folder because it's for my Patreon guys. Where is my Patreon folder? There we go. What is this? This is... Nate Murphy is now the Duke. He is the Duke. He is Duke. Right. So bring myself up on screen. I will answer any final questions. In fact, actually what I'll do is big thanks to my supporters over on Patreon. This video goes out to you guys. You bring these awesome videos. I describe my own videos as awesome. What a wanker. You bring these videos where we get to introduce new, well, not new players, people to new players or new fans to artists. There we go. That's the best way of looking at it. So please do go and check these guys out. Go and check Nathaniel out. Support him. Share his music. Follow him. Tell people about him. This is how this stuff works. This is how the music scene expands. So thank you very much for your support. It means a lot. Next. If you have enjoyed this and you would like to learn some slide guitar, then I have Delta Blues slide guitar book and I have a slide guitar soloing techniques book. My 100 Licks slide book is coming out in, well, 10 days now. It's literally changed since we've been doing this stream. It will be available in 10 days. Very proud of how that one has turned out. Some outrageously cool players in there. It's inspired by... So it's the book that you would get if you are wanting to learn more about the history of slide guitar. So I feature 20 of the, or I was going to say the greatest, but let's go with my favourite slide players from the history of the instrument. So we go from some of the early guys like your Robert Johnsons and your Booker Whites and your Tampa Reds, guys like that. Moving into, you know, the earlier rock guys, so guys like Dwayne Allman and Joe Walsh, guys like that in there. And then there's some more of the modern players, guys like Derek Trucks, Sonny Landreth, and I've even thrown some outrageous influences in there, like AJ Gent is in there, who actually isn't a slide guitar player. He is a lap steel player, but he plays guitars with lap steel style. And you may have seen his singing guitar video. He's fabulous. So I teach some of his licks to try and bring that influence in there. So you would check this book out if it was something that, if you wanting to understand the minutiae of the style, understand the history of the style, some of the great players, some of the great recordings, and learn, you know, what it was that they did that they brought to slide guitar. So that's 100 slide licks. That'll be out in 10 days. Probably should plug it when it comes out rather than doing it now. You can also check out VPix. I love those guys. They have been a supporter of mine for a very long time. And also Star Singer Slides. So this stream is kind of brought to you by Star Singer Slides. These are these wonderful ceramic slides made in Glastonbury in the UK. Each one has a unique crackle finish on it. which I love. They're eye-catching, they sound good, they feel good, they've got a nice weight to them. And for me, that's what I look for in a slide. I look for something that has the right weight on my fingers. I've played glass slides for a very long time, but this particular one, just has a little bit more weight than the glass, and I like that. I like a bit of weight on my finger. So I really dig that. They do stubbier ones, so go and check Star Singer Slides out. You may enjoy their slides. You'll see one of these on the cover of the new book. Now, I will read comments. So... consider joining Levi's Patreon. Yeah, I like that. Thanks very much, Upside Down. Great stream. Thank you very much, Ben. Certainly appreciate me for introducing you to both Nathaniel and Frank Gambali. Yep. You're very welcome. Thanks very much for tuning in Nick. Do my books include guitar profiles to practice with? My books include audio and audio plus the image, the notation in the books. I am considering working out a way to deliver Guitar Pro tabs. They would be like an additional purchase type thing. But yeah, it's about working out a way to get them to you, because the publisher doesn't deliver them to people. Whereas like Chris Brooks, who writes for Fundamental Changes as well, he sells his Guitar Pro files for the books. I just need to work out best way to do that, to be honest. So Star Singer Slides, VPix, look at you, Upside Down. Someone should be paying you. You rock. Right, any final questions? Will one of them be, Levi, when are you going to shave that monstrosity on your face? I'll tie it up. That's what I should do. I should do all my streams like this. Because that way, Zach, I can offer the Guitar Pro transcriptions for every single book, because obviously I have them all. It's just about working out a good way to deliver them to people. What I don't have that guys like Chris Brooks have is I don't have an online store, because online stores cost a lot of money every month. So unless you're making a good amount of sales in them every month, they just cost you money. It's actually quite shocking how expensive e-commerce stores are, especially when you consider how cheap my website is. I've been with Weebly for like 8 years, so I pay something ridiculous like £20 a year for my Weebly Pro. It was literally going to take the cost of my website and multiply it by about 8 to put a store on there, so I didn't really want to do that. Jason Shadrick. He wants to get in touch with you. He wants to check you out. So you should absolutely add him on Facebook. He's the man. Jason Shadrick for Premier Guitar Magazine. I probably never will shave, Jesse, because my wife likes the beard. I asked her how long is too long, and she said, I'll let you know when it gets there. So I felt it was too long recently, and she's like, no, just keep it going. So I think she wants like a big old Santa thing. I'll see. It'll get to a stage. I don't know. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, is it? You know what it is? It's I don't look after it as well as my barber does. So when I come out of the barber's and it's like freshly prepared and looks great, I'm like, man, I fucking love having a beard. But then within a week, it just starts to just point in different ways and look a bloody mess. So what I need to do is I need to go and have my barber take care of my beard again for me, and then I'll be more beard confident, right? Edward asks, really serious question. Play guitar, also videos, and a lot more. How do you manage? Dude, we're only scratching the surface of what I do. I play guitar. I make videos for YouTube. I stream for hours a week. I transcribe for a living. I teach tons of students. I write for magazines. I have patrons that I have to deal with and create unique content for those guys. I write books. I'm always writing books. I'm often ghostwriting projects for other people as well. I have a lot. I'm a busy boy, and on top of that, I have hobbies. I also have a family, right? A mortgage to pay, a family to feed, etc. And honestly, the answer, how do I manage, is it's easy. It's easy to manage because I love it. Easy to manage. Also, I don't sleep much. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And I'm going to go walk my dogs and then come in here and get on with some I'm transcribing some Rush for someone at the moment. Someone wants me to do... I'm doing natural science for someone at the moment, which you probably noticed. Natural science up here. Both guitar and bass that I'm doing for natural science for someone at the moment. And then there's like a 20-minute Rush thing that I've got to do. So, got to put the time in. But yeah, it's easy because I love it. It's as simple as that, and it's easy because I have no other choice. I need to feed my family. But I'm just gonna keep coming back to I love it. Yeah, that's the important thing. As long as you love what you're doing, it's that old saying, isn't it? If you love what you do for a living, then you'll never work a day in your life. So, never shave. Lots of never shaves. I like that. But therein is the problem. Like PayPal, and I can create PayPal and shit like that. And Dropbox links aren't a problem. It's just, if you go and look at my website, I've not updated it in about 4 fucking years. Nathaniel is a beast. Thanks very much for tuning in, Thiago, guitarist. Head to bed. Enjoy yourself. It's very late. Jason Chadrick, yep. Gandalf. Does the beard match the nutsack? Yep. Hair dangles about that low down on my nutsack, so yeah, that is right. Build studios. How did I forget that? This entire fucking studio that I've built. I'm not going to say from the ground up, but I have turned from a literal garage into a room within a room, a soundproofed studio. Build studios. Hopefully I never have to do that again. What are my other hobbies? Going walking your husky. So spending time with my dogs, because I love my dogs. I've recently taken up drums again, taking it a lot more seriously now. I play video games. I have a social life. I have friends that I like to see. I play Magic the Gathering. I'm really passionate about Magic the Gathering. I play Commander, EDH, which takes up a lot of my brain time. But I found that the more hobbies I've had and the more things I devote time to, like that, being able to go and play Magic with my friends, an entirely different group of friends, might I add, none of whom are musicians. It's a great way to take you away from the work for a bit, take your brain off all of the work that you've got to do. So, so I would say those are my main hobbies. I'm a serious trophy hunter on PlayStation. I play a lot of PlayStation. Not a lot of PlayStation. Not as much as I'd like to. Also trying to make sure my wife always still loves me. That's kind of important, right? No rest for the wicked, yep. An honorary Scot. We invented beards, yeah. Well, I got married in a kilt. Does that not make me Scottish? I have a podcast, yeah. How did I forget that? That's the thing, Upside Down. I do so many things. I'm just constantly working that I forget all the fucking shit that I do. And Mike, as you know, Mike, co-host on my podcast, Mike doesn't do any of the stuff. I do everything for the podcast. I film us, I edit it, I get it rendered and uploaded and then promoted and all of that stuff. And I work on the t-shirt designs and then deal with the admin side of that. But again, there's no anger when I say that. It's not like, I wish Mike would fucking do more. No, I do it all because I'm a control freak. I like to be in control of it. I like to make sure it all gets done and that it all gets done right. We are designing some stuff, shall we say? There is some big stuff happening. We're going through R&D with a company at the moment for some cool stuff that we are looking forward to hopefully revealing at some point in the future. And again, I'll be super active in that. I don't know if I'm Ola England, but yeah, I know Ola. I interviewed Ola for Guitar Interactive magazine back when I was working for magazines all the time and travelling the world fucking interviewing people. Studio, nuclear bunker, yeah. Guitar Souls for life, yes. Yeah, Upside Down, I do everything. Everything. It's insane. But I love it. I love it. Because again, right now I'm doing this stream, finishing up the stream, and there's 43 people watching. 43 people watching of 26,000 people that subscribe to me. That's amazing. If I'd be doing this stream now if only 2 people were watching. If one person was watching. I like giving back, you know. Helping people. So, yeah. Right. Anything else that anyone wants to ask before I log off of this biatch? Probably not. See, a message popped in on Facebook. Who's that? Someone asking about an Eric Johnson transcription. Fortunately, one I've already done. Yeah. What is that orange liquid? Iron Brew, of course, the Scottish classic. This is the Crimbo juice, the Christmas juice, spiced ginger. And it's been the sugar that has got me through this. No, Ormsby and Rev don't have us appearing at anything. Everyone should get a Guitar Soul shirt. I've bought more Guitar Soul shirts than we've sold. But I'm looking forward to going over there and playing drums for an hour after this, because that's fun. Thanks very much, Russell. I appreciate that. It's funny, I've been mentioning these Star Singer slides, right? And at any point, I could have gone over here and gone... Here are some more Star Singer slides. Again, each one has a unique crackle finish on it. So the black one's got a unique crackle finish on it. Here's my white one with a unique crackle finish on it. And I can't see. I have the stubby one somewhere as well. No idea where that's gone. Might be in the house. Jesse, you don't want to hear me on the kit. I'm terrible. Terrible on the kit. Getting better. Getting more control. It's more of an understanding thing, right? It's music and having a deeper understanding of the inner workings of it all. So I never intend to be a world-class drummer or anything, but having a much better understanding for my own personal transcribing. I will be talking about drums this month. A big part of what I'm going to be talking about this month on YouTube is New Year's resolutions. I'm going to be talking about learning instruments and how hard it can be to learn instruments and ways that you can sort of get around some of those struggles. I'm going to talk about Drumeo, which is the drum educational website, give you my thoughts on that. Rick Beato is hooking me up with his ear training course. I'm going to check that out and talk to people about learning and ear training and shit like that and what my thoughts are on Rick's course. So, yeah, expect some of that. Well, slide felt the most alien thing in the world when I first picked it up. I remember being at university, music school, and my friend Marlon Tarditi, when we were doing slide in class, Marlon Tarditi, he had to lend me a slide. I didn't own a slide, I didn't want to own a slide, and it was absolutely dreadful. My playing was dreadful. And as soon as I had the opportunity to put it down, I was like, cool, let's never pick that up again. And then Brett Garcett's slide kind of pulled me in a little bit. And then Derek Trucks, and the more and more I went down that slide world, it's like playing guitar, right? The first time you try and hold a G chord when you've never played guitar before, it feels impossible. But then with a bit of time, you kind of get used to it, and it feels a bit natural. No, that beautiful Mayonnaise Hydra, or the Ormsby there. Yeah, the highlight of my 2019, Russell, was Rick Beato commenting on my streams. Super chatting me regularly and then saying your live streams are my favourite live streams. We had a nice phone call afterwards, and me and Rick have been talking about doing some collaboration videos for over a year now. Just a case of, making them actually fucking happen. We're both very busy. Well, no, slide doesn't feel weird now. That's the point. I've played it so long that it feels like an extension of my body. it feels the most natural thing in the world now. You just have to stick with that shit. It's just the way it is. Right, I'm going to head off, go walk my dogs. So, much love, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sharing all of that good stuff. I'll click it one more time. Please do check me out on Patreon, link in the description. Please do check out my books on Amazon. They put food on my family's table, so that's all very much appreciated. And check out VPix, check out Star Singer Slides, check out my friends over at Rev Amplification, check out my friends over at Ormsby Guitars, check out my friends over at Mayonnaise Guitars. Check out my friends over at Vigier Guitars. Wow, comments are flying in now, aren't they? Stuck on your finger for 15 minutes. Not going to NAM, dude, no. I only ever go over to NAM when I'm being paid because I've been working for magazines for so many years. So unless someone is paying me something, either my hotels or my flights or one of them, I'm not going to sit and spend a load of money to go and hang out with people when I can stay here and make money. That's what I say. I've not been in contact with Lucas Mann, no. Anyway, yeah. Hi from Victoria. Burping like a demon. Much love, guys. And I will see you for an amazing 2020. It's going to be a killer. Latest.